NFC South preview predictions. This is what we're talking about today. Go over all the teams. We'll let Jeremy start with it first. Jeremy, give us an overview of what you think of the division.
I don't know what to expect from anybody in the division.
Okay.
The only one you can kind of expect anything from is from the Saints with Derek Carr. You know, we know he's indoors. He's in a dome. He's not have to worry about any of the elements. So he should be all right. But as far as everybody else, I have no idea. Like the Panthers got a rookie quarterback. The Falcons have the fucking water boy at quarterback. And the Bucks. I don't know who the Bucks have.
Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield. Well, he's good for 2 or 3 games. I don't know. I mean, if Carr plays with the way he has played over the last several seasons, the Saints should win that division by a mile. Baker Mayfield is going to be good for about 3, 4, or 5 wins, and then something's going to get in his fucking panties, and he's going to get upset about something. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from the division. It's going to be the NFC East this year.
Mo, what's your thoughts, buddy, on the division as a whole?
It's definitely a toss-up, I believe. Saints have, some of the marquee names, but, maybe missing some games. With Kamara, it's, 3? Maybe if it appeals down the
3.
Right. I think probably Carolina, Tampa, or Carolina and Atlanta maybe struggle at first. Who knows if they can gel enough to make a move, see if Desmond Ritter can answer some questions. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of questions all across the board, I believe. And maybe one of the bottom divisions this year. But they'll beat up on each other. They'll probably make it close, but I think maybe Saints end up edging it out. Seems they kind of are putting their eggs in one basket. Their cap space all fucked up beyond this year, but they're thinking they can maybe make some noise in the NFC that's not as strong as the AFC, possibly.
So let's start your retake for the NFC South.
All right, retake. I am a huge Falcons fan myself, so I'm always going to choose them to win anything. But in the realistic mind, they have way too young of an offense to honestly, they have a great-looking team on defensive-wise. Just that offense has too many question marks with Kyle Pitts' health. Drake London, still a young receiver. Bijan's a rookie running back. Desmond Ritter is now getting a full season to figure out what he can do. So it's going to be tough to see. And, honestly, the rest of the division, though, is just a straight dumpster fire. With Baker just kind of being Baker. You never know what you're going to get out of him. Panthers are a rookie quarterback. And I don't understand why, having Derek Carr on the Saints suddenly makes them 10 times better than they were last year when most of their defense is gone. And Michael Thomas is probably going to get hurt again in week 1 anyway. So what's changed besides Derek Carr?
I'm going to respond to that when we get to the Saints. This is what I'm going to say about the division. Baker Mayfield sucks.
Yeah.
Desmond Ritter and Bryce Young, that's the one that went to, they're both young. So you can't expect a lot from them. If they do good, great. But they don't have the teams around them to do good. The only average to above average starter in the division with the team is the Saints. Think they're going to mollywop the whole entire division. But we're going to start it off with the Falcons. And let Sam go first and tell me about your team, Sam.
Still a dumpster fire. I cannot deny that. They're doing great things on defense, but after 28-3, the team went to shit. The team went just downhill. They spiraled, and they still haven't recovered. The Jesse Bates signing, amazing. Grady Jarrett sticking around, amazing. Reese, signing all these key defenders and getting Lorenzo Carter back, great on defense. But their offense, the hand is in the young guys now. Like I mentioned earlier, London, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, and Ritter. This is really, it's not make or break for any of these players. This is literally day one now. of the rebuild for them on offense. And, honestly, I don't even think Arthur Smith is on the hot seat. Like, this is his time to, he finally has his system in place that he wants to do. This is the year to prove it. And then if he doesn't succeed next year, that's when he's really going to be screwed. But this year is going to be probably just trial and error for this team because now they are completely young and, really just redoing everything after that Super Bowl finally.
I don't know. The Falcons, it's another bad season. Supposedly there's talk around Cordero Patterson being traded.
I'm still here. I can't hear y'all, but sometimes they continue.
Okay, no, you're good. You're good.
So I don't know. The Falcons figured out how to use Cordero Patterson correctly, and now they're thinking about using him incorrectly. Or trading him, or I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be between the Falcons and the Panthers for who's going to be last in the division.
No, yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Falcons?
Desmond Ridder showed a couple flashes in the 4 starts he had. I think maybe he overthought sometimes of certain windows he maybe didn't want to take chances on. So we'll see if Arthur Smith can get him to sling that gun a little bit more, but have calculated chances. And Bijan's exciting. I think everybody's looking forward to seeing what he can do. He's probably one of those backs you can insert right into an NFL roster and can produce and give you some nice yardage to help him out. So Cordero, I can't believe he's still doing the damn thing. If they can mix in a little bit of him, I think, like I mentioned, it's a toss-up. They may be able to make a run, but they'll definitely have to make it gel early enough to be contenders and keep it sustainable. Kyle Pitts, injuries too, or the uncertainty is a big question mark.
What's the USC's quarterback? Caleb Williams, right?
Williams, I think something like that.
Okay. Yeah. They're gonna try to draft him next year, so they're gonna be one of the worst teams in the league. I think their offense can. Outside of the Detroit Lions going 0-17.
It's gonna be between Arizona and Atlanta.
No. I haven't watched a lot of Ridder.
Arizona is actively trying to tank.
They are literally trying to lose.
I understand that, but I haven't. But the problem that you guys, I haven't watched a lot of Ridder, but I think that based off of some of the stuff that I've watched and some of the stuff that I've researched, you guys are going to be down in a lot of games. You're going to get down, and you're going to be down early. And Bijan is going to have a couple breakouts, but it might be this might be one of those things where we get to week 8 and they're actively trying to fucking tank. Yeah, I'm not saying Desmond Ridder is going to be great, bad, but I think you're going to be in the Caleb Williams lottery.
Desmond Ridder, we don't really have much on him. He played 50 games in college,
Yep.
And he went 2-2 last year in his starts. He played very well. He kept the mistakes to a minimum when it was game time. He really didn't get much prep in the preseason, so he's definitely going to have there might be still a little rust to shake off from the offseason. But you never know what you're going to get. Matt Ryan went 2-2 as well, when he started, and he didn't look any better. He looked about on par with what Desmond Ritter's looking like here.
Are we really going to do that? Next thing you're going to tell me Peyton Manning went 3-13. Okay.
No, I don't give a shit about that. Last year he had Marcus Mariota in front of him, which did no favors for anybody because he did terrible. He threw a ball while he was on the floor.
He couldn't beat out Marcus Mariota.
Well, Arthur Smith likes to prove that he's right. I've learned that with him after watching.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see.
If you guys are middle of the pack, that might seem good. I think that's hopeful wishing from a Falcons fan.
Oh, absolutely hopeful.
All right. What do we think about? Let's go with the Panthers next, because that's the other young team that all of us think is going to suck. Jeremy, what do you think about the Panthers?
I don't know. Bryce Young should do good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I mean, they got Adam Thielen. What? They got rid of Matt Corral.
Mhm.
And then they got Andy Dalton.
Mm.
I mean, they have some pieces on defense. But, I mean, I don't know. It's a toss-up. Until we see how Bryce Young plays, I mean, you can't judge him from preseason because preseason he wasn't going up against starters.
Mhm.
So probably some starters that he was going up against, but not a full lot. I don't know. It's going to be between the Falcons and the Panthers for last place in the division.
Nope, I agree. Mo, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I can't really say I disagree too much with that. Yeah, I don't think anything really stands out as like damn from their end. It's just more like meh. So
I mean,
really,
they didn't make a whole bunch of splash signings in free agency or anything.
No, all they did was get rid of DJ Moore to get a quarterback.
I mean,
now has no weapons.
Their cut down day was uneventful, like most people's, but there's I don't know. There's just nothing to get excited about other than Bryce Young.
I don't even know if you can get excited about him. Like, they're not going to be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes because they drafted Bryce Young. But they're going to be the Chicago Bears. They're going to be one of those teams that are trading out of, like, if they get the first pick or the second pick. They're definitely going to be in contention for that shit. We're going to have a lot of shitty-ass teams this year. I don't think you guys understand that. Arizona, fucking this team. Sorry, Sam. The Falcons.
Yeah, you just gotta.
They're the Texans. They're the Colts. There's going to be a lot of shitty fucking teams. And unfortunately, all of them have young quarterbacks and nothing else really around them. They don't. Now, granted, the Falcons have weapons, but I think the Panthers are going to be 4-13. You're going to have a lot of fucking 2-15 and 4-13 teams, I think. Sam, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, the Panthers, they gave away their weapons for Bryce Young. And I mean, the big problem there is, like, he has no one to throw to. Like, what is he going to do? Throw to himself? Like, that's cool that they brought Adam Thielen in, but like you mentioned it before, the Falcons actually have weapons around Ritter. It really does come down to him. With this one, we can't really judge. I feel like you can't judge Bryce Young on how the season's going to go because he's got no one. He's got nothing going on over there. No. Like, this is, unfortunately, this is going to be like, I feel like Trevor Lawrence's rookie year, like where you have to do a redo.
No, you can't do a redo. No, because he at least has a competent head fucking coach. Okay? Trevor Lawrence, you give him a redo because they bring in Urban Meyer.
You're saying Frank Reich is a competent head coach? He's
way more competent than Urban fucking Meyer.
Everyone, a freaking chair is more competent.
That's why he gets a redo.
He's only more competent in the fact that he doesn't kick his players.
And he doesn't bring Tebow in for a fucking tight end.
And he doesn't get caught cheating on his wife after a game. Instead of traveling with the team back, he stayed and went to a bar and got caught.
I don't think his better years are behind him now. He kind of maybe showed me something when he was at Indy, but I don't think he has close to the same personnel that he had there. So he's even, got less of an empty or more of an empty cupboard. So you can't chef nothing up with that.
At least he's got a quarterback.
Yeah, I think they're going to
be. That's all he's got.
Bottom feeders.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be low. Saints.
He said they're shit. You heard it here first. They're shit.
I need fucking alcohol today. Sam, go to the Saints. What do you think?
Saints, I mean, they do really well in this division because of how shit this division is. Like, I can't say that they're great, but they'll still be in contention for the division crown just because of how bad this division is. Like, I'm sorry, but like I said earlier, like the team has gotten progressively worse minus quarterback where they got better. You know, they went from famous Jameis to Derek Carr, who honestly is looking much better, but I can't say that they've gotten like, you know, any better to like say that they're gonna really take well. I just don't. I don't know. I'm not high on the Saints train on being anything but just in contention for the division leader.
Jeremy.
Look, the Saints are going to win the division. I think where they're going to hurt is if Dennis Allen hasn't gotten, or racist John Gruden haven't gotten Derek Carr's red zone efficiency corrected. It's going to be a lot of the same. I mean, yeah, he's got Michael Thomas, but how long is he going to be healthy?
Week 1, he's going to get hurt.
I mean, you got Jamal Williams, Taysom Hill. He's always an X factor. But then, I mean, they went out and signed 37-year-old Jimmy Graham. I don't know if he's 37, but he's old.
He's an old man now.
But I mean, they have a roster. They're going to win a division. They may get into the playoffs, but I think they're a first-round exit if they make the playoffs.
Well, if they win the division, they have to make the playoffs.
No, this is gonna be the first time someone wins the division, but they ain't going in.
Mo, what are your?
Look, I will sign off on that.
Please,
I wish we didn't have mandatory division winners going to the playoffs. I wish we had just straight top 16 ranking, and if you're in the top 6, 7, you make it in. Fuck divisions.
Oh, then there's gonna be like no NFC teams.
Top 8 from each side.
I'm talking about NFC, AFC.
Oh, then we're gonna complain that we need all the we do in basketball. We're gonna do what we do in the NBA. Oh well, if we rescheduled them, the West would have 14 teams, and the East would have 2. No, I hear that shit all the time in basketball. I definitely don't want that. Leave it. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Saints.
Keep going.
What are your thoughts? Either way, yeah. Back to the Saints. Yeah, Michael Thomas. He may play half the season at most, maybe. I don't think it's been going good for him as far as trying to stay on the field. But Taysom Hill, I hear he's going to play a little left tackle this year, maybe mix in a little guard. You know,
I think he might play safety a little too.
He might block for himself, maybe throw to himself.
Kamara. He
Kamara.
might end up on the Broncos for all we know.
Yeah, Kamara, him coming back. Want to see if he's able to run between the tackles. I know there was a little bit of struggle with that last year. So, you know, everybody has question marks, but I think they have the least of them, or they can answer more of them on their end. So, yeah, I think they're in better shape to be the one coming out of the pack there at the end with the, players that they have on their side. You know, Dennis Allen, I don't think there's anything to write home about as a coach. I don't know if he'll win you a game, but maybe he
definitely not. Definitely not anything to write home about. Maybe a Dear John letter.
Oh, right, you would know.
Or he pull a Bobby Petrino and leave notes on the players' lockers.
Maybe a Dear John letter is what you could write home about with Dennis Allen.
Honestly, I think the Saints are going to be a very good team. I told Jeremy this when Derek Carr released. I hope he goes to the Saints because they're going to make the playoffs and they're going to impress a lot of fucking people. I'm not saying that we're going to call them a Super Bowl contender, but once you make the playoffs, anything can happen. Fucking thing can happen.
What happened in 2021 when Derek Carr made the playoffs?
Listen.
What happened?
I have a question.
Anything can happen. What happened?
I have a question. How many winning seasons
have you had
since 2002?
It doesn't matter. He made.
How many winning seasons have you had?
By your logic, he made the playoffs.
So what happened was he went into a fucking horrible
how many
situation.
Winning seasons did you fucking have?
He went into a horrible situation and elevated it at least 2 seasons.
Did he make the playoffs?
Twice.
Okay. What did he do?
Once he was injured. And the second time he got cheated. He got cheated.
What? Yeah. So all those other drives before that one, before the whistle.
Which one? The one that they shouldn't have been down by a touchdown at halftime at? That one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That one?
Yeah, but what did he do?
That one?
But what did he do?
That one? The one where they were playing from behind the whole entire game when they shouldn't have been?
Anything can happen, but anything can happen, but Derek Carr got
that one?
Hey, Derek Carr got
the one where your fucking coach is named Josh fucking McDaniels and probably walked, or it wasn't. It was Rich McCosty, who didn't know what the fuck he was doing and walked in the locker room and said, "Hey, let's just give up there against us."
Guess
Stop.
what? Hey, guess what? Guess who got Dennis Allen fired?
Listen.
Who got Dennis Allen fired? Who got Dennis Allen fired from the Raiders?
Who?
So come on, say it.
Who got Dennis Allen fired?
Say it.
Was he the coach before John Gruden?
Who got Dennis Allen fired from the Raiders?
Was he the coach before John Gruden? Yes or no?
No.
Then I don't know. Derek Carr, then, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Derek Carr.
Okay.
They started the season 0-4.
Listen. How many coaches has Derek Carr been through?
I don't give a fuck. He got
you
a record.
can't blame any firing of a coach on that quarterback.
Absolutely.
Y'all motherfuckers have had 54 quarterbacks since 2000. 54 coaches since 2002.
He got Dennis Allen fired by going 0-4.
Y'all fired coaches in the middle of games. Stop it. Stop it.
Dennis
How many
Allen
coaches
got
have you had
fired
since
with Derek Carr
2002?
at quarterback.
Stop it.
What? Dennis Allen going to get fired this year.
You had
Dennis Allen going to get fired this year.
O'Callahan. Let's look this up right now. How many coaches have the Raiders had since 2002?
About 732. What's your
point?
So
there's no way Derek Carr. That's just the fucking culture. You guys rinse, wash, and repeat and fire one every 2 to 3 fucking years. And Josh McDaniels is next. And you can't blame him then.
You act like it's a fucking surprise.
All I'm saying is Derek
Carr is going to get Dennis Allen fired.
They almost made the playoffs last year with Andy Dalton, an injured Michael Thomas, and a shell of themselves, Alvin Kamara.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Exactly. They upgraded their quarterback. Their schedule's not the toughest. They have 6 wins possibly in the division.
Yeah, he had to go
They
somewhere
need
with
4
a shitty
to 5
division.
more wins. Just think about that.
He had to go somewhere with a shitty division to win.
They could have 6. He had to go somewhere where a fucking organization actually knew
He had to go where he's in a division with 3 other.
He had to go someplace where an organization stopped firing coaches every fucking 5 minutes. He had to go somewhere like someplace.
Allen's getting fired. Dennis Allen is getting
They
fired.
only didn't fire a coach every 5 minutes because Sean Payton actually knew what he was doing. Now they're hiring nothing again.
They've only had. We'll find out. He did a much better job last year than a lot of people thought. It's a weak division. 5 wins gets them to 11. Watch.
In a weak division, and he almost. Let me get him his fucking trophy. You almost made the playoffs, buddy. Good job. Woo! Fucking amazing. You almost did it.
As a whole, overall, let's go ahead and make our predictions.
Well, what about the Bucks?
Forgot the fucking Bucks because nobody thinks about them. The Buccaneers. What's going on with them? Go ahead, Mauricio. Start this off. What do you think's gonna happen with the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield?
That's Baker, right? Okay. I'm trying to remember where his landing spot was.
Yep. And Kyle Trask.
Yeah,
oh boy, Kyle Trask.
Like I was saying in the preview, I think as much of a toss-up as this division is, it might be just because they all kind of lack something or don't quite have, a well-rounded enough squad to say that this is a dominant team. That's why kind of everybody seems to be leaning towards the Saints. It seems like there's another squad that has a lot of question marks that I don't think they may be able to answer. Yeah, we might be almost glossed over them just for that mere fact. Speaks volumes. Another bottom feeder.
Sam, what are your thoughts, buddy?
I think this is going to be the loser of the division because I have no idea who's on this team. Like, they still have Tristan Wirfs. I'm looking at the freaking
Chris
depth
Godwin,
chart.
Mike Evans.
I mean, they still got
2 people.
Devin White, Mike
they still
Evans,
have a team.
Chris Godwin, Rashad
they still
White.
have a team.
But with Baker Mayfield, like they're not going far. That is literally their only 2
went to
quarterbacks.
the Rams on 36 hours and beat the Raiders.
Yeah, and how good were the Raiders on last
It's the
year?
fucking Raiders.
Hours.
It's the Raiders.
What did he do after that week, though? Because after the Raiders week, he fucking sucked. He went on Monday night and got trounced by a Packers team that looked like crap.
But the Packers are surging. They were surging.
They were surging, but they still look like crap.
Baker Mayfield sucks.
Baker Mayfield, unfortunately, is going to be the downfall of this team. Unfortunately. Like, they also have no running game because their top running back is – I don't even know who this is. Because once that gets shut down and then everyone's looking at Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, he's going to start sailing the balls over everybody. Because that's what he does. He just throws the ball over everybody's head. And Kyle Trask doesn't look any better. He looks like he throws the ball under everybody.
If you combine them and fuse them together, you might get the perfect person.
Let's get Baker Trask, and maybe they'll actually hit Mike Evans.
Let's fucking go. Jeremy, you have any thoughts on this? What do you think of the Bucks?
It's a dumpster fire. Damn. I don't think.
We have no hope for this division.
No,
Look,
I never
look,
do.
Look, wait till you get to the NFC South.
This is
We
the
are in the
NFC South.
AFC South.
AFC South. Wait till you get over there.
I will say they look a little worse. I will say that.
It's very fitting that it's the South because they're all the way down.
When we get to the rankings, I actually think my team might win because of how bad this is. I don't even want to win at this point, but I'm going to root for it. They make the playoffs, I'll be fucking happy.
Y'all not
Somebody gave Sam hope.
I watched this team go 28-3.
Oh,
I also watched Michael Vick get arrested.
The only thing I think about the Bucks is they're gonna be that team that gives their fans hope, because that's what Baker does. He gives you a little glimpse of hope, and then he snatches that shit away like a fucking cock tease.
He should have never been the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
Too bad they're not giving refunds.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be a middle of the pack team. Every so often he's gonna look halfway decent, and then every so often he's gonna look like every Baker Mayfield that we know. And I don't trust their coach. I haven't seen
who is it?
Raheem Morris.
Is it
Is that
Raheem?
their coach?
I thought he was on the Rams.
No, who's their coaching? Oh, it's what's his face. He's coach the Jets.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles. Yeah, Todd Bowles. Why the fuck did I say Raheem Morris?
Raheem Morris was probably on the Bucks at some point. If I had to guess.
So yeah, I don't think they're gonna be good at all. I think they'll be middle of the pack. Not big on it.
Yeah, Raheem
All right,
Morris
so
was
now-
the coach in 2009.
Yeah. Now let's try to do our predictions. Mo, predict how you think it's going.
All right. Let's see. I guess we'll go Saints, and then we'll go. Go Falcons, Carolina, Tampa.
You just giving Sam too
the-
much hope.
The bottom
I give
three
myself
could have
too much
been
hope by waking up in the
interchangeable.
morning.
Literally, the bottom 3 teams are interchangeable.
I was like,
Right.
They can be put at any
Yeah.
spot.
yeah.
Sam,
The
how do you
Saints
have
are
it going?
winning the division. The next 3 are.
Falcons, Saints, Panthers, Bucks. That's how I got it. I give myself hope when I wake up in the morning and I turn on my phone. Don't take this away from me.
I'm not.
and-
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeremy.
use
Michael Vick ain't walking through that door.
No, but Matt Ryan will be helping Desmond Ridder. He already admitted to this.
There you go.
So, Jeremy, what order do you want to pick the last 3 in?
Fucking Saints, Panthers, Falcons, Bucks.
I'll
But
take it.
literally 2nd through 4th can be interchanged.
I'm going Saints, Bucks, Panthers, Falcons, because I said Caleb Williams is going to be the.
Yeah, you said we were the Caleb Williams on.
Caleb,
Honestly,
yeah,
if we get him too, I'll be fine with that.